Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gay Let's Play Dragon Age 2. In our last episode, we chatted a bit with Meryl at her house, our newcomer Meryl, and then set out to go on a quest to find Feynriel, an apostate mage who's been having some issues with nightmares. And so far it's been a bit of a wild goose chase, because we're just going all over the place, around Kirkwall, trying to find this guy. Like first we had to go talk to Vincento, then we had to talk to Thrask, and then we had to talk to Samson, and then we had to go find Raynor, and now that we've got Raynor, we've got to find this guy Danzig in Darktown, I think, and yeah, that's just getting a little irritating. So, hopefully we're much closer to finding this Feynriel guy. Yeah, Darktown is where we're going to be going, so let's give this a try. Oh, and Anders wants to talk to us.
So this master of yours wants your markings back? Skin and all?
So his hunters told me, unwillingly.
So why not cover them up? Wouldn't that make you harder to find?
Let them come. I am not one to hide.
Still, if it were me...
It's not.
Tension, tension, tension. Yeah, I don't need any poison or grenades at the moment.
Is it. Give up or live up. Take what I like. That's what I say.
Anders is down there. No, Anders is up here. Yeah. We're gonna go talk to Anders first. Priorities. Priorities. Alright, Anders.
I had a friend like you once. Got in all kinds of trouble. Dragged me along. Didn't think I'd be doing that again. I got a bit weighty the last time we talked. Sorry for putting that on you.
Yeah, it happens.
You'd be surprised how people just tell me their darkest secrets. I must look trustworthy.
You look... something. True. Proud. Like even if you don't agree with me, you'll be honest.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't seem too selfish when I told you about justice. I didn't know what would happen. I figured a willing host, a friend. It had to be better than playing the demon and haunting some corpse.
Yeah, well,
Well, he can't complain about his looks anyway.
Growing up in the Circle, everything is about order and rules and the Templars. The apprentices, we found ways to make that bearable. Carl and I, he was the first. We could forget that out in the world, we were nothing but Templar slaves. We hadn't been together for a long time. But still, it hurt.
Really? Together, you say?
You and Carl?
I've always believed people fall in love with a whole person, not just a body. Why would you shy away from loving someone just because they're like you? Does it bother you that I've been with men?
Actually, I mean, Clive was sort of... I don't think Clive necessarily thought that Anders was gay or bisexual right off the bat. But, so this is kind of... I guess he's not too surprised, but at the same time, he wasn't sure. He wasn't positive. And I guess now that it's being confirmed, he's like, okay. Although it's a little awkward because, Anders did love Carl. He said so himself that he loved him, and now that he's died, Clive is kind of moving in a little bit, but, well... No, it doesn't bother me at all, Anders. Quite the opposite, rather.
I'm just glad it didn't take me any longer to find out.
Right. Exactly.
It's hard to believe Carl is dead. And at my hand. Damn the Templars. I should have come to Kirkwall sooner.
There's a lot of people who have had problems with Anders, quote-unquote, turning gay in this game, because a lot of people were saying Anders was clearly straight, you know, in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age Awakening, and I mean, I question that, because, yeah, there was that one line about him saying, like, all I want is a pretty girl, and blah blah blah. I mean, he doesn't find girls unattractive, he's bisexual, he swings both ways. And it is not unusual at all. In fact, it's quite common for guys to try dating women at first, and then realizing later on that it's not really for them ultimately, and deciding that they either are gay or bisexual. And actually, I know a couple people who started out being genuinely attracted to women. They were certainly attracted to women. Maybe they were attracted to men by like 10%, 90% women. And then somewhere along the line, somewhere in their life, it changed somehow. Like, it's never happened to me, because I always have been attracted to men since I was old enough to become attracted to people. But, so, I mean, who am I to speak for them? But according to them, they legitimately were attracted to women. And then as years went by, they ended up either becoming way more attracted to men, or 50% attracted to men, 50% attracted to women, or completely attracted to men and not really so much women. Like my previous boyfriend actually was like that. I think he was mostly very quote-unquote straight, like really attracted to women all through high school, and then after he graduated college, well, through college it started to shift, and he started liking men and men even more, and then after college he eventually he calls himself gay now. Like, he doesn't call himself bisexual, he calls himself gay, even though when he was younger he was attracted to women. I don't know how that happens, I can't explain it because it never happened to me. I was always attracted to a certain gender, but I believe that it does happen. And so Anders could be that way. I mean, Anders could have been exclusively into women. Some gay guys like to say things like, oh, I just need a girl, or I wish I could find a chick I could bang. Like, they say that all the time just to, like, to protect themselves, to make them appear straight, to make them seem straight. And, you know, many times they're actually gay, or many times they're actually bisexual, and they don't want to let their friends know that they happen to be attracted to the same gender as well. So of course they're going to say things like that. So I have no issue whatsoever with Anders being a romantic interest for a male Hawke in this one at all. I don't think it's unrealistic. I think it's very realistic. I've witnessed it myself. So I just had to get that off my chest, because that really bothered me and irritated me. That I don't like it when people kept saying Anders turned gay. It happens in real life, guys. It does happen. Let's talk about me. This totally would be something Clive would say. Let's stop talking about the Templars. Let's just talk about me. He can be so insensitive sometimes.
What if we just get back to the flirting part?
Yes.
I wish it were that easy. But I have this voice inside me, this drive for justice. When I think about the Templars, it's unbearable. If you're born with magic, they hear about it. They search your little rat-spit village and find you. They tell your parents they'll be thrown in prison if they ever ask about you. Stripped of their rights in the eyes of the Maker.
Did you say stripped?
And if you run away,
oh hell,
they hunt you down. Again and again and again.
Okay, at ease, soldier. At ease, soldier. I was just talking about... I just heard you say the word stripped, and then all of a sudden you got all crazy on me.
You're starting to glow again.
Yeah.
And since yours is the only head here, and I don't want to rip it off, I should stop. Yes. Sorry. Besides, we have so much to do before the deep roads. Next time, I'll try to keep to more pleasant topics.
Please do, Anders. Yeah, see, Clive is sympathetic towards Anders. He really is. He's very sympathetic towards Anders. But he also feels that something within Anders is beyond his control, and that worries Clive a lot. He cares about Anders, and he doesn't want to turn into something that Anders doesn't want to become. And I feel like Clive is just worried. That's all. Let's see. Again, I think we've spoken to everyone that we can speak to in Darktown, so let's go this way. Abandoned mining tunnels. We've got a couple places here we're supposed to be going to. Let's have Fenris tank, or Carver.
Where are we going? How should I know? Do I look like the leader of this merry band of misfits?
Hate to break it to you, Clive, but yes. Very much so, yes. Oh, Danzig. Alright, where's Feynriel?
Why, look here, boys. Volunteers. Clap 'em in irons and let's see what the Tevinters will pay for 'em.
Excuse me? Fenris? Sick 'em.
Make him talk.
I can do that.
Oh, there we go. It's very persuasive. I would do what he says.
Andraste's great flaming ass! How did you do that? Never mind, I've stashed the boy in a cave, a smuggler hideout on the Wounded Coast. Tevinters will be by to finish the deal today. Now, can I go?
No, I don't think so.
Sure. Oh, wait. I meant no.
Shh. That's hilarious. Oh, and Carver liked that too. Oh, nice! Very nice. Alright, charge. There we go. I think Clive feels a little bad for doing that. He's starting to feel a little guilty for just being like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you anyway. I don't know if he's happy with himself. Alright, come on. But it's too late now, I guess. Hey, 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 hey. Slaver Archer. Silly slavers. Here. Tropic Cloud. Oh, Meryl. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, Meryl. I didn't mean a slaver mage. Ooh.
Making the world.
Can you guys please get rid of this mage first? Yeah. Please and thanks. Guy needs to go first. There we go. Now we can get rid of the others. Ooh. Sorry, Meryl. We'll go to an inn soon. Map of the Wounded Coast.
Looks like they took him to some bolt hole in the Wounded Coast. I wonder if that's near the Injured Cliffs, or the Limping Hills. Massive Head Trauma Bay. No? Just me? Forget I said anything.
Very cute. Chest standard.
I can't do that.
Alright, we're gonna have to bring up Rogue back here. Alright. I thought I went through this area already. I guess not. Meeting place.
I won't need to be taller. I can reach things with a stick.
Okay, well, you do that. Here, have an injury kit. No. Have an injury kit. Or put that in your toolbar. You're gonna have to buy more of these things. Alright. We're getting to the point where you have to, you know, be careful how much you spend, because you still need to save money for the expedition.
Another battle.
Oh, Emmerich. That's one of the Templars that disappeared. Gotcha.
One.
I don't want to hurt. That was all me. Right.
Yes, that was all you.
I'll deal
Take
with
that,
this.
Street
Now
Thug.
you.
Street rat. Street rat. I don't buy that. Don't you come any closer. Take this. There we go.
I thank you, Sirrah, for coming along when you did. I am Emmerich.
You're older than I thought you'd be. Ninette seems to go for the young, pointy-eared sort.
Oh, Ninette, that's right.
What?
Ninette de Carac. I hear she got around. And you were asking about her, so I just assumed.
Preposterous. I was concerned that she was in danger, and that is all. However, the investigation has been a waste of time.
Okay, that's right. This is the wrong... It wasn't the Disappearing Templar's quest. This is the other one with the disappearing wife, I think.
That sort of attitude will never pay off.
Ha! I was eager at first, but failure has leached all enthusiasm from me. This all started when Meren, one of our circle mages, disappeared. I found it odd. She was a bit older and hardly adventurous.
Meren.
Then I heard about Ninette and 2 other missing women. I think the disappearances are connected, and I suspect foul play is involved.
Doesn't the Circle use phylacteries to keep track of its mages?
We followed her phylactery to a foundry, but found nothing. I had heard of sympathizers smuggling mages through Darktown, so came here hoping to pick up the trail. But no trace of Meren. And as you've seen, asking the locals hasn't made me very popular.
Right.
Have you mentioned any of this to the city guard?
They say there's no proof the disappearances are connected. They think the women just left home, that it happens all the time.
Mages routinely flee the Circle. Perhaps Meren just wanted freedom.
She had always been loyal. She received lilies from an unknown suitor, and some of us thought she may have gone to meet him.
Lilies, eh?
Perhaps her disappearance is linked.
You're gonna have to remember about the lilies for later, guys. Just keep a note of that.
Don't you hate it when something goes missing? I lose things all the time.
Wop wop.
What?
Yeah, just ignore
The
it.
women? They're missing and you can't find them?
That's terrible.
All right. I cannot lie, Sirrah. I tire of searching. This battle showed that I'm no longer the warrior I used to be. I know when to walk away. Here, take my findings. Perhaps you can make more use of them. I'm going back to the gallows. I'm too old for this.
A foundry in Lowtown. I should look into that.
I find it very amusing when Clive clearly is trying to be funny, and he's just not. I find it very amusing when he tries to tell a joke and it just falls flat. That entertains me. Emmerich's notes. Emmerich's notes are a messy collection of half-baked thoughts written on scraps of paper. Only one seems to stand out. There's something about that Lowtown foundry where Meren's trail ended. I got a strange feeling about it. Lowtown foundry. Alright, the first sacrifice. After dark, investigate the Lowtown foundry where Meren's trail ended. Okay. Is there anything else in here? Pebbles. Okay. I've already gone this way. Oh no, I don't think I have. Let's see. I think I've searched over there, and I've looked over here, and probably going to trigger some traps here and there, because it always seems to happen in this part of the area. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is like a recycled area again. This is the underground. This was in the docks, and they just close up doors. You know, they just shut doors to keep people from going to the rest of the map, which clearly exists because they recycled, you know, they recycled this area. Shame on you, EA. I'm wagging my finger at EA for this. Not necessarily BioWare so much. Because BioWare can only work with the time that's given to them. They're given an amount of time to get this done. So. Okay, we're gonna really quickly go and change parties, because I think it's about time we bring a rogue with us. to actually open these chests.
Alone in the dark, and that's how we like it.
Alone in the dark. That's how a lot of people like it, I guess. Maybe not so much. Alright, so we're gonna go and switch up our party for a rogue. And I think we haven't seen... Sorry, Carver. I haven't seen Varric in a while. I like Varric. Let's bring him over. And he can open this chest for us. And then we can go on our merry little way to... Where is it that Feynriel's... Where's the last Feynriel quest location again? I don't remember. I think it was the Wounded Coast or something. Something like that. I don't think we've been to the Wounded Coast yet. Yeah, here we go. Work your magic fingers, Varric. There we go. Amulet. Alright. Piece of cake. Now we can move on. Because I think it's time for us to leave the city again. I've kind of had enough of... Once again, I need some fresh air. I need to get out. Gotta get out. The walls are all closing in on me. Okay.
I've never met a dwarf before.
That's because you've spent too much time frolicking in the woods, Daisy. Dwarves don't frolic.
Dalish don't really frolic either. Not in the woods, anyway.
You have sanctioned frolicking areas?
No, just not in the woods. The trees get jealous.
Ah.
But you do frolic.
Of course we do. We wouldn't be elves otherwise.
There you go. Now you're glad you asked, Varric. Alright, we have to leave. Outside. Oh gosh, look at this. Wilman's camp. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of things going on here. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Okay, Wounded Coast. Oh, and we can help out Sebastian's quest too. Alright, let's go. And Meryl will be happy to be back out into the open too. Why is Varric up front? He definitely needs to be in the back. How's your tactics, Varric? Yeah, you're good. You can stay as a controller. Fenris, Fen will be our designated tank. Okay, left or right? Left-handed rule. Let's see. Embryums are flowers from the orchid family. Ah, my mom loves orchids. Its therapeutic qualities were actually discovered because of the embryum's exceptional beauty. The beloved daughter of Lord Ignis Polenc of Orlais fell victim to a terrible sickness of the lungs, which her healers were unable to cure. Thinking the girl would perish, her parents surrounded her bed with brightly colored flowers, hoping that they would bring some warmth and cheer in her last days. Oddly enough, the girl began to recover from the illness and grew stronger each day. Her parents were baffled, but overjoyed. The healers eventually learned that the fragrance of one of the flowers eased the child's breathing. The flower was an embryum, and later became known as salubrious embryon. The other variant that has certain magical properties is known as dark embryon. An excerpt from the Botanical Compendium by Inez Arcania. Botanist. Oh gosh, spiders. Spiders.
I'll cut you down!
Cut you down. Whirlwind. Alright. Get him, Baron. Nothing to control this, Baron. Rain down. Beautifully done.
Out of your element, dwarf?
No thanks to this lot, can't get a decent blade at a bargain anymore. You, though, you're what a man needs. A skilled enthusiast.
Who, me?
You can start making sense any time now.
My manners. Javaris Tintop, merchant and investor. I need forward thinkers to help court the Quanari.
What?
Court the Quanari? Make her think of the children.
Exactly.
Those hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder. that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I often look at every second idiot and think, he needs more power.
Thank you, Varric. Exactly what Clive was thinking.
So it's some kind of Quanari magic. What use is that to a dwarf?
If it is magic, it's a kind you can assemble, and dwarves do that very well. But that Arishok, he won't deal. Said I have the same mercenary disease as their outcasts, the Tal-Vashoth. He says I'm not worthy, but he had this look in his eyes, so I figure I'll hire some blades and...
And you're going to prove yourself by killing Tal-Vashoth outlaws.
Problem being, I'm no warrior, but I can pay.
How convenient. You can pay.
What's the point, when we already have magic that can do the same thing?
Maybe you have magic, all tough and human and whatnot. But what of the common man? How does he remove stumps from his land, or produce them on his enemies? What does he do when he needs a hole far too fast? Magic is hard to market. But this stuff you can put in a bag.
He has a point. He does have a point there, Clive.
Your people must have something like that already.
Small things, shaped to crack faults, not shatter the earth. Plus, they're mostly lyrium. Expensive, poisonous. The chantry controls it topside. The glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
Alright, okay, so this thing is clearly more superior. Yeah, I'm in if the coin is good.
Alright, I'll step in for you. For a price.
Yeah.
I'm done bargain hunting. I want it done right. Now, best I could figure, they're up the Wounded Coast, a whole camp. Take their heads off and meet me at the compound in Kirkwall. Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
Alright, if you say so. Better be. Black powder promise. Okay. So did we get off our path? Where did we come from again? We came from... this way. Yeah, we came from this way. I want to stick with the power of left. Just so that... I can keep track of where I'm going. Fenris, take up point. Alright. The rule of left is what I meant to say, not the power of left. Although, I guess I can circle around. Yeah, I'm just gonna circle around and make sure that they're... Okay, so now I've thoroughly explored this area. Okay. So, we'll just move on. I don't want to leave the area yet. I want to keep going. Castle treaties and rubble. Okay. Quest update. Caste treaties and house accounting. A defense of strict caste structure of interest to dwarven traditionalists. They rarely slum out Hightown if they visit Kirkwall at all. Okay. Now, where am I going? Oh, I can't go any further. Because I had to... I get it. I have to leave the area... and then, yeah, make my way to the actual Wounded Coast. There we go. That was what was confusing me. I was like, I knew this place was larger. Okay. We've got quite a bunch of... Oh my gosh, this is huge. Okay. Let's do this systematically again.
Thank you very much for the help earlier, Varric.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawke.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, Varric likes to give his companions nicknames. Just like I do. Isn't that right, Fen? Alright.
Water. Pretty exciting, I know.
Well, yeah. It's pretty. Okay. That's pretty. Let's go... Pile of bones. Find some stuff in pile of bones. Glitter dust. Glitter dust is the powdered form of a rock found along the Wounded Coast. When explorers brought the sparkling rock to the markets of the Free Marches, it became immediately popular among the wealthy ladies, who crushed it and applied the powder to their faces. The added brightness and luster to the skin, however, soon paled in comparison to the developing rash and coughing fits. Nice, nice. As it turned out, glitter dust is dangerous if ingested or inhaled. Huh. It's also extremely flammable, as several ladies discovered after powdering their hair while standing next to a candle. Oh, these... I wish I read these codexes sooner. These are actually pretty entertaining. Unfortunately, this resulted in 12 deaths by conflagration. Oh, gosh. The price of beauty. These days, glitter dust is used sparingly and only by experienced alchemists. The most common form of substance is volatile glitter dust. If gathered from caves where darkspawn dwell, the rock produces a powder known as tainted glitter dust. An excerpt from the Alchemist's Encyclopedia by Lord Cerastus of Marnas Pell. I learn something every day.